Yeah, I just got to do this video for Beatly Tone's Beatles channel. He's got a stupid Beatles tag. Another one. Hi fans of high quality entertainment. It's time to do a Beatles tag. This time from Beatly Tone's Beatles channel. Try saying that 4 times backwards. Here we go. So there's 9 questions. Number 1. Show the first solo Beatles album you owned. Well, I go back a long ways. Back to the late 60s. And, you know, it took me a few minutes to think it over, because the early Beatles solo albums, it would usually be my older brothers that would buy them. And one was 5 years older than me and the other one was 6. I didn't have any money. But when I really think about it, I've got it on CD now, but the first vinyl record that was a solo Beatles album that I ever bought, unfortunately, was Life with the Lions. That's right, John and Yoko, their toe-tapping album. And the thing is, I only owned it for one day, because when I bought it, I knew the owner of the record store, and the lady said, she was friends with my parents, and she said, don't buy that, it's just a bunch of screaming and all that. But I didn't listen to her, because, like I've said before, it had a Beatle on the back and it had a Beatle on the cover. So I bought it. But she was right. There was a lot of screaming and, 5 minutes of silence, baby's heartbeat, and really hard to dance to. So yeah, I did return it the next day, but it's definitely the first solo Beatles album that I ever bought. Number 2, show the latest solo Beatles album you bought. Well, I'm not a big collector, so the last one I bought was McCartney 3, which I love. I think it's excellent. Show your favorite solo album from John, Paul, George, and Ringo. All right. Well, for Paul McCartney, it's the Ram. I've got the Ram box set for that. With Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, a close second. For John Lennon, it would be Plastic Ono Band. And for George Harrison, I think most people are going to pick, of course, All Things Must Pass, which could be my number 1, but you know what? I'm going to go with 33 1/3, because, you know, I'm not a big fan of the Jam, not the band The Jam, but the Jam on All Things Must Pass, the third disc. And there's a few songs on the two vinyl records with the songs that I'm not a big fan of, but overall, of course, it's a great album. But I think this is just more consistent, and it's a single album. So I'm going to go with 33 1/3. And I don't have any Ringo, but I love his, I guess it's his third album, but the Ringo album, which I did have on vinyl. All right. Show your least favorite solo album from John, Paul, George, and Ringo. Well, for Ringo, I haven't even listened to all of his albums, but I guess I'll say Ringo the Fourth, because I had to listen to that one for Does This Album Suck? And at the end, I said it didn't suck, but still, it's not a very good album. So I'll pick that one. For George Harrison, I don't have all of his albums either, but I've heard most of them. I'm gonna go with Dark Horse. For Paul McCartney, this is when I gave up on him for many years. I never even bought it. Pipes of Peace. I don't dislike it, but I'm not crazy about it. So it's my least favorite. And for John Lennon, I will go with Rock and Roll. Show the best solo Beatles book. All right. I've got a few. And the one, there's, more than one actually that I think is really impressive. But this one, Music is Ideas. The Stories Behind the Songs, Volume 1, 1970 to 1989, by Luca Parassi. And I was planning to interview him, and it's just, I don't know. It is such an excellent book. So who knows, maybe I will interview him. I just don't know what to ask, and I'm shy. All right. Show a solo Beatles item that isn't a record or book. Ha ha ha. Hello. But you know what? That doesn't even look like George Harrison. Show your favorite solo Beatles box set. Well, that's why I didn't show that right away, because I want to show it now. The Ram box set is awesome. It's my favorite, well, besides, it's my favorite Paul McCartney solo album. And it is a excellent box set. Show your favorite solo Beatles live album. Once again, I think a lot of fans would choose Wings Over America, which of course is awesome. But I'm going to go with, I don't know how you pronounce that, Amoeba Gig. It is so good. If you have not heard this, I highly suggest you do. Yeah, he's performing in a record store with his band, of course. And it is superb. And show 3 non-album singles, 7-inch or 12-inch. Well, the thing is, I don't really have much. But I was just sent a bunch of CDs by a viewer. And he also sent me 2 singles. The Ballad of John and Yoko, backed with, of course, Old Brown Shoe. And on the Capital Swirl label, We Can Work It Out and Day Tripper. And so the other one I can show is from the Magical Mystery Tour box set with the Blu-ray and everything. And there's the EP of, there's 2 EPs, and this one is Magical Mystery Tour and Your Mother Should Know, backed with I Am the Walrus. And that is it. Boy, that was fun. No, it was fun. And please check out Beatly Tones Beatles channel. It just rolls off the tongue so easily. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.